He signed his contract. The big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies.
Trophies. 50 always been competition for Jay. Remember, I'm about $1 with the 50 cents.
Welcome back to BuzzBuster. I'm glad you're here. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss daily videos. The Atlanta rapper reportedly passed along some exclusive files about JayZ to 50 Cent, hoping those details would show up in 50's upcoming documentary after Jay allegedly threw some subtle shade his way. Now things are heating up fast, and word in the industry is spreading quick. JayZ is said to be seriously irritated, watching every move closely, and these new twists could flip the entire story upside down if it keeps escalating like this.
Why the final album? Like,
it's time.
As T.I. fans, like, we didn't want to hear that shit.
I feel you, but it's been 25 years. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's time. You know what I mean?
To really understand how JayZ got pulled into all of this, you have to rewind to where it started. It goes back to when T.I. first mentioned a Verzuz battle during an appearance on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. That moment quietly set everything in motion. The show, hosted by Gilly the Kid and Wallow, became the stage where T.I. claimed he and 50 Cent had already talked about the battle behind the scenes. But once the idea went public, 50 suddenly acted like he had no clue what T.I. was talking about. That switch-up became the base of everything that followed.
God gifts us with many talents and things that, you know, we have to offer while we're here on earth. I don't want to just spend all my time on earth doing just this one thing. And there's so many other people.
Turning what should have been a celebration of two legendary rap catalogs into something way more intense. Things started getting personal real fast, and the energy shifted almost overnight. Fans who were expecting a classic Verzuz showdown instead watched two major names throw shots at each other across interviews and social media. It quickly became one of the most talked about rap clashes of 2026. For context, the idea of T.I. going up against 50 Cent in a Verzuz battle had been building for years.
Told Dr. Dre, just for people who's not up on this, or Eminem, that he didn't want you to perform part of that Super Bowl. They had a couple.
It dates all the way back to 2020, when T.I. publicly challenged him to a 20-song battle on Instagram, only for 50 to laugh it off and not take it seriously. Even though 50 brushed it aside back then, the idea never really died. T.I. kept bringing it up, while 50 later pushed back, saying the platform made sense during the pandemic, but not after things went back to normal. Still, T.I. kept pressing the issue. After a quiet stretch, everything came roaring back in 2026 as he geared up what he called his final album, bringing fresh energy and real pressure to the challenge as the rollout kicked off. The momentum picked up fast. T.I. was everywhere, promoting his King project across interviews and podcasts. One major moment hit on Nightcap with Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ochocinco, where he once again called out 50 Cent. He claimed the battle had already been agreed on behind closed doors before things suddenly switched up, and he made sure people heard that loud and clear. He kept repeating that point across multiple interviews, making sure the narrative stuck and didn't fade away.
Well, I just think,
possibly.
Not even threaten. You know, I think it's just when you take the competition from, like, our culture is competitive, man. It is, but I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then
Then T.I. doubled down again during another appearance on $1 Million Worth of Game. This time, he went deeper into how those private conversations supposedly played out. He insisted the whole idea was never meant to get messy, saying it was supposed to celebrate both of their catalogs and give fans a huge cultural moment. But when nothing moved forward and no clear answer came, the frustration started building up heavy. That frustration spilled out in a big way. During the interview, T.I. made it clear that if someone isn't interested, they should just say it straight up. He even said it made him question the other person's character, and that right there shifted the tone completely into something way more personal. As expected, 50 Cent didn't stay quiet. Known for how he moves online, he fired back on social media, posting an unflattering photo of Tiny Harris with a caption telling T.I. to keep his name out of the conversation. That move instantly turned the heat all the way up. What started as talk about music catalogs quickly turned into something much deeper and more personal. The Harris family stepped in to defend themselves, while T.I. responded online and dropped a track called War, adding even more intensity to the situation. Things kept escalating as more posts and images started circulating. 50 continued sharing content aimed at Tiny Harris, while the Harris family pushed back hard, making it clear they weren't staying silent. Then it took another turn when King Harris, the son of T.I. and Tiny, stepped into the situation, wearing a t-shirt featuring an image of 50 Cent, pushing the tension even further. Things hit a serious nerve when an image involving 50 Cent's late mother, Sabrina Jackson, started circulating, and the backlash came fast.
The music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Like right now, you're not even competing for a slot. You don't have a new song out that he want to be on the top 10 or top 5, and you still competing. It don't make sense. Like, what are we competing for?
A lot of people felt that crossed a major line. T.I. later admitted that moment made him realize things had gone way too far, saying it pushed everything into territory that should have never been touched. But by then, the images were already everywhere online. By March 2026, what started as a disagreement had turned into something way bigger. T.I. dropped multiple diss tracks aimed at 50 Cent, including War, The Right One, Lessons, and What Bully. Each one added more heat, while his sons, King Harris and Damani Harris, also jumped in with responses, turning it into a full-scale hip-hop feud, packed with tension and constant back-and-forth energy.
Right in the middle of all that chaos, 50 Cent made a move that grabbed the entire industry's attention, the documentary angle. This wasn't just talk anymore. When 50 even hints at putting something on screen, people pay attention because his track record speaks loud. One of the biggest examples was Sean Combs' The Reckoning, a 4-part documentary released on Netflix on December 2nd, 2025, and it instantly had people talking. The series explored years of allegations and controversy surrounding Sean Combs, with 50 Cent as executive producer, pushing the idea of showing different perspectives and examining long-standing claims. The project turned into a major cultural moment. It featured interviews connected to individuals tied to Combs' federal case, which started in September 2024.
50 Cent JayZ conversations, questioning whether there was a competition between the two of them. There's a huge difference in energy internationally in 50 Cent and JayZ. In fact, his largest selling record sold 430-something thousand copies. My largest selling records, plural, 2 of them.
When he was arrested and faced serious legal charges, including racketeering conspiracy and trafficking-related offenses involving coercion, along with transportation linked to illegal activity, the scale of that story exploded into headlines everywhere, turning it into a global conversation through a multi-episode production on one of the biggest streaming platforms in the world. By July 2025, Combs was found guilty on 2 counts tied to transportation connected to illegal activity, and by October, he was sentenced to 50 months in prison at Fort Dix. Because of that, when 50 Cent even mentions another documentary, people don't brush it off. They already know he has the ability to turn real-life industry drama into massive media moments that grab attention worldwide. When that documentary dropped, millions tuned in. 50 later said he had been watching certain situations for years, claiming the project had been in motion long before the 2024 arrest, showing he was ready to bring major stories to the public at any moment. Not everyone supported it, though. Representatives for Combs pushed back, criticizing the project and questioning Netflix's decision to give creative control to Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. They pointed to their long history of tension and accused him of targeting Combs' reputation, which only added more controversy to the rollout. Despite the criticism, Netflix stood behind the release, and viewers kept streaming it heavily, keeping it right at the center of public conversation. Because of that track record, attention shifted fast when the situation with T.I. started heating up again, especially after March 5th, 2026, when 50 Cent posted and then quickly deleted an Instagram screenshot showing a headline suggesting he was working on a documentary about T.I. and Tiny. That single move sent shockwaves all over social media. The caption made things even more intense. He referenced how quiet he had been before dropping his previous documentary and hinted that this next move could disrupt T.I.'s entire rollout. It didn't feel random, it felt calculated. He also brought up multiple legal situations in a way that came off like both a warning and a taunt, which made reactions even louder because people connected it back to what he had already done before. With his history of shaping public attention through film, many saw this as a strategic escalation, not just another online moment. Up until then, T.I. looked confident, doing interviews, dropping diss tracks, and staying active. But once the documentary angle entered the picture, everything shifted fast, because this move carried way more weight and reach. Soon after, reports started spreading across radio stations and entertainment outlets.
With each other internationally, let them be fooled in America and think there's a competition there, because America can be purchased. We can buy it with marketing dollars. You see what I'm saying? But the rest of the world, there's not enough marketing dollars to go around to change the way the rest of the world.
Platforms like Star 94.5 began talking about inside buzz that 50 Cent could be working on another documentary, possibly something on the same level as Sean Combs' The Reckoning. That alone added serious pressure and took the situation to another level fast. Then came the title, and that's when everything really shifted. People couldn't stop talking about surviving T.I. and Tiny. Just hearing that name grabbed attention instantly and sent shockwaves through the conversation, making it clear this situation might be heading somewhere nobody expected. As that title spread, the energy changed completely. This was no longer just about a rap feud. It started to feel much heavier, like something that could carry real-world consequences. The name alone had a serious tone, sparking debates across social media, blogs, and radio shows everywhere. Some fans believed 50 Cent might be bluffing, using the idea of a documentary as pressure during T.I.'s album rollout. But others weren't buying that at all. They pointed to his track record and the calculated way he moves, saying when 50 goes quiet, that's when people should pay the most attention. And that silence started to feel louder than anything he could post. At the same time, conversations started building around the legal and ethical weight of a project like this. A documentary with that kind of framing would likely dive into serious allegations and long-discussed controversies, pushing things far beyond entertainment and into sensitive territory that could impact reputations in a major way. Meanwhile, T.I.'s side showed no signs of backing down. Support for him stayed strong across platforms, with many calling out what they saw as an attempt to damage his name at a critical point in his career.
The divide between both sides kept growing, and the tension kept rising with every new post, rumor, and reaction. At that point, the situation had clearly moved far beyond music and the original Verzuz idea. It evolved into something much bigger, with fans, media, and industry insiders all watching closely, questioning whether 50 Cent was really preparing another major documentary or playing a deeper, more strategic game to control the narrative. As the pressure kept building, the industry started watching even closer. People began recognizing a familiar pattern. 50 Cent stirs attention, goes quiet, then comes back with something that flips the entire conversation. That cycle had many believing a full production might already be happening behind the scenes. Media outlets and commentators jumped in, breaking down what a documentary like this could include. From interviews to past stories and public claims, everything pointed to something that could seriously reshape public perception. That level of unpredictability only made the situation feel even bigger and harder to ignore. T.I., on the other hand, kept moving forward without slowing down. He stayed focused on promoting his King album, remaining active and addressing things in his own way. Even though the tone around everything had clearly shifted, he didn't step back, showing confidence while the pressure kept rising. Still, a documentary brings a whole different level of exposure.
He's a piece of work, man. He always put somebody in front of him. When Jada came for him, he put Beanie in front of him. And Beanie went back and forth with Jadakiss. When Cam came for him, he put True Life in front of him. And they went back and forth. And he just...
Way beyond music, fans stayed divided. Some called 50's approach smart and calculated, while others felt things had gone way too far, pushing beyond entertainment into something much more serious. No matter where people stood, the attention never dropped. Everyone stayed locked in, waiting to see what would happen next. One thing was clear, the original Verzuz idea was completely gone. In its place was a complex, high-stakes situation involving music, media, and reputation all colliding at once. With tension still climbing and no clear outcome in sight, the situation felt like it could shift at any moment. The rumored project was said to revisit past accusations made by several women involving T.I. and Tiny, which instantly raised the stakes. These claims included serious allegations, such as trafficking-related activity, drugging, and other forms of misconduct. However, it's important to keep in mind that none of these accusations have been proven in a criminal court, and a related civil lawsuit was dismissed in 2024. Both T.I. and Tiny have strongly denied all allegations and have consistently pushed back whenever these topics come up. Still, even with that context, the idea of a documentary carried major weight, especially after people saw how powerful a series like that could be in shaping public opinion. T.I. responded in his usual confident and direct style, addressing the documentary rumors on Instagram by saying, "We can go bar for bar, hit for hit, or doc for doc." T.I. made that message loud and clear, showing he wasn't backing down at all. He doubled down with another line, brushing off the pressure, making it clear he was ready for whatever direction this situation took. Even with that response, the documentary angle had already changed everything. Fans and insiders started recognizing a pattern: quiet moments followed by major moves that take over the conversation. That made the tension feel heavier and way more unpredictable. Because of that, 50 Cent's hints weren't taken lightly. Then things took an unexpected turn when attention started linking to JayZ, as 50 shifted some of that same documentary energy toward another major name in the industry. Back in December 2025, before his previous documentary dropped, 50 had posted a clip jokingly editing JayZ into Lionel Richie's Hello video. At the time, most people brushed it off as trolling, but later that moment started to get looked at differently. Then, on January 30th, 2026, the U.S. Department of Justice released a massive batch of materials connected to investigations involving Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. We're talking millions of pages, documents, videos, and images, which quickly turned into a major national story. Within those materials, JayZ's name appeared in a single, unverified hotline tip from 2019. The claim alleged that he witnessed an incident back in 1996 involving another public figure at a location believed to be tied to Epstein. However, this claim was not verified, not proven in court, and came from a hotline report, meaning it requires careful and responsible interpretation. Still, once that information became public, it added another layer to an already intense situation. With so much attention already on major industry figures and documentary discussions, this detail pushed the conversation even further. Reactions spread fast across media outlets, blogs, and social platforms as people tried to process what was happening and what it could mean. It's important to understand what that actually means, though. A hotline tip is simply a claim reported to investigators, not confirmed evidence.
It does not confirm that any event actually happened or prove wrongdoing. In this case, no charges were filed against JayZ, and there has been no court ruling supporting that claim. Still, in today's media climate,
Even an unverified mention can turn into headlines fast, sparking speculation everywhere.
That's derived from the marriage.
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones, because of the position Beyonce.
Oh, wow.
That's why the timing raised eyebrows, especially with 50 Cent already hinting at documentaries and exposing industry stories. It had people wondering if JayZ could get pulled into that spotlight too, whether intentional or not. That overlap made the situation feel even bigger. At the same time, others pushed back hard, warning that building a narrative off an unverified report can be misleading and unfair. They stressed the importance of sticking to confirmed facts instead of running with speculation. Even with that pushback, the attention didn't slow down, and JayZ's name became part of the wider conversation, adding more pressure during an already tense moment. Now with T.I., 50 Cent, and JayZ all being talked about in different ways, this clearly moved beyond a simple feud. It turned into a complex mix of music, media, and serious topics, all unfolding in real time. One key detail that changes how this should be viewed is that JayZ's name does not appear in verified flight logs or official contact lists connected to Jeffrey Epstein. That's an important distinction that often gets overlooked when things start trending fast. What actually circulated online came from an FBI hotline intake report submitted after Epstein's arrest. An anonymous caller made a claim about an alleged 1996 incident involving another public figure at a location believed to be Epstein's Florida property. Crucially, the Department of Justice has stated that hotline intake reports are unverified public tips, not confirmed evidence or proof of involvement. But once JayZ's name started trending, that nuance got lost quickly. Headlines and social media posts amplified the story, pushing it further into the spotlight. Right at that moment, 50 Cent added even more attention by posting an AI-generated image of JayZ along with a caption referencing the documents and hinting at a possible documentary. That move pulled massive engagement instantly and took the conversation to another level. That move pushed the conversation even further. Within hours, things escalated way beyond casual online exchanges, especially with 50 Cent's recent success in the documentary space and his ongoing tension with T.I. It started to feel less random and more like a bigger, calculated play unfolding in real time. This also wasn't the first time 50 had aimed attention at JayZ. In the past, he posted content suggesting he had received material about him but chose not to release it. That alone sparked heavy speculation about what he might be holding on to and what he could drop next. The whole approach followed a pattern people have seen before. Introduce an idea, watch the public react, and let the conversation build on its own. That way, his name stays right in the center without him needing to say too much. Once again, it showed how effective that strategy is at keeping attention locked in and growing. To really understand why this tension hits the way it does, you have to go back to the history between 50 Cent and JayZ. This goes all the way back to 1999, when 50 dropped How to Rob, calling out and mocking major names in the industry, including JayZ. Jay responded with his own line, "I'm about $1, what the fuck is 50 Cent?" setting the tone early for a relationship that's always had an edge to it. Over the years, they've had moments where things looked more neutral. They appeared together in a Reebok campaign and even connected on the I Get Money remix, showing they could work together when it made business sense. But even during those moments, that underlying tension never fully disappeared. 50 Cent once explained it in a straightforward way during an interview. He said they were in the same business but not actually friends, describing the dynamic as competitive and strategic. According to him, they could use each other for momentum, showing that the connection has always been about influence than any real personal bond. So when 50 started bringing JayZ's name back into the spotlight with jokes, documentary hints, and social media posts, many in hip-hop didn't see it as random at all. It looked calculated, especially with him suggesting that his current momentum might be causing others to quietly align behind the scenes. What stands out the most in all of this is JayZ's silence. He hasn't responded publicly, which lines up with how he usually moves. Instead of going back and forth online, he tends to handle situations through business moves and behind-the-scenes strategy. That creates a sharp contrast with 50 Cent, who keeps posting, provoking reactions, and keeping the conversation alive at full volume. At the same time, T.I.'s involvement took everything to another level. What started as a simple Verzuz challenge turned into one of the biggest rap feuds of 2026, with diss tracks, family involvement, and non-stop social media exchanges pushing it far beyond just music. Right in the middle of all that,
on the allegations against JayZ.
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. So I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally is that those accusations.
50 Cent kept circling back to one powerful idea: documentaries. After showing how impactful that format can be with a major streaming release, he made it clear this isn't just about music anymore. This is about shaping narratives, controlling influence, and impacting public perception on a much bigger scale.
That's exactly why his mentions of potential projects involving T.I., Tiny, and even JayZ are being taken seriously. A documentary doesn't just stay in the moment like a diss track. It reaches wider audiences and can leave a lasting impact that sticks around. Right now, the situation feels like it's right on the edge of something even bigger. The attention isn't just coming from music anymore. It's being driven by the possibility of what could happen next. Because while diss tracks and social media moments fade fast, a full documentary can stay relevant, get revisited, and bring in entirely new perspectives. And with 50 Cent already proving he can create content that grabs global attention, almost nobody is brushing this off as just talk anymore. At the same time, the pressure on T.I. keeps building. Even though he stayed vocal and confident, the narrative isn't fully in his control anymore. He's been active through interviews, music, and online responses, but this situation has grown beyond that. A documentary brings a different kind of spotlight, one that's harder to respond to in real time and much harder to contain. Meanwhile, JayZ has stayed completely silent through all of this. That silence has people guessing, with some seeing it as a power move and others viewing it as a calculated strategy playing out behind the scenes. But either way, it adds another layer of intrigue to an already complicated situation, especially as 50 Cent keeps bringing JayZ's name into the mix, pulling more attention without getting any direct response in return. Behind the scenes, the industry is watching closely. Artists, executives, and fans all see that this has moved way beyond a simple back and forth. What started in music has now shifted into something driven by media, influence, and control of the narrative. One question keeps getting louder. Will 50 actually follow through with another major documentary, or is this all part of a bigger strategy to keep attention locked in? Either way, the stakes are high, and the spotlight isn't going anywhere anytime soon. All the pieces are in place for a moment that could seriously shift the culture, with tension, history, and speculation all building at once. It's gotten to the point where it feels like one single move could change everything overnight, especially if a new documentary really does drop, because that wouldn't just be entertainment, it could reshape how the entire situation is viewed. That's what makes this feel so intense right now. What stands out even more is how deliberate everything looks. 50 Cent isn't rushing, he's hinting at ideas, stepping back, and letting the conversation grow on its own. That method keeps people watching constantly, waiting for the next move. And every time his name comes up, the attention only gets bigger. At the same time, T.I. is still standing firm.
He continues promoting his work and speaking out when needed, but the situation around him keeps expanding. It's no longer just about music or interviews, it's coming from all directions now, with media, fans, and insiders all adding to the noise. And through all of this, JayZ's silence remains one of the biggest question marks. No statements, no responses, nothing. That silence keeps people guessing, and the longer it lasts, the more speculation grows. Fans are fully locked in, the media is watching closely, and the industry knows this has entered a completely different space. This isn't just about competition anymore, it's about influence, control, and who gets to shape the story. Right now, it feels like everyone is waiting for a major turning point.
The motherfucker ain't gotta tell you shit. Shit. Shit they do.
Why you say that?
You must teach what's taught. I don't give a fuck who you is.
Okay.
Frankenstein, you supposed to talk everybody how to use more than 9% of their brain. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you left field, you supposed to did it. I expect JayZ to tell me how to become a billionaire before he passed away.
Whether that comes from a documentary announcement, another big post, or something nobody sees coming, the tension is sitting at a peak. And if history says anything, when 50 Cent moves like this, slow, strategic, and calculated, it usually means there's a bigger plan already in motion. And that's where things stand right now, with everything still building and no clear resolution in sight. The tension hasn't dropped at all. If anything, it's getting stronger as more people start paying attention and trying to figure out what the next move will be. What makes this moment different is how unpredictable it feels. You've got 50 Cent moving in silence but still controlling the conversation, T.I. staying active and pushing forward, and JayZ remaining completely quiet while his name keeps circulating. That combination alone keeps the situation on edge. There's also a bigger question starting to form. Who really controls the narrative from here? Because at this level, it's not just about who responds the loudest, it's about who makes the most impactful move. And right now, all eyes are on what 50 might do next, especially with the documentary angle still hanging over everything. At the same time, the longer this plays out, the more attention it pulls in. New audiences, new opinions, and new reactions keep adding layers to the story, making it even harder to predict how this ends. One thing is clear, this situation isn't slowing down anytime soon, and with so much tension, history, and speculation wrapped into one moment, whatever happens next could shift everything in a major way.
As things keep unfolding, the focus is starting to shift toward timing more than anything else. When will the next move happen, and who's going to make it first? That question is keeping people locked in, watching closely for any sign of what's coming next. For 50 Cent, timing has always been part of the strategy. He doesn't rush. He waits for the moment when attention is at its peak, then steps in and takes over the conversation instantly. That's exactly why every small hint or post is getting picked apart right now, because people feel like it's building towards something bigger. For T.I., the approach has been the opposite. He's staying visible, speaking directly, dropping music, and keeping his side active in real time. That contrast between constant presence and calculated silence is what's making this situation feel so intense. And then there's JayZ, who hasn't said a word. That silence keeps adding pressure without him needing to do anything at all. Some see it as control, others see it as strategy. But either way, it keeps his name right in the middle of everything. With all three moving so differently, the situation feels like it's heading toward a moment where everything collides. And when that moment finally hits, it won't just be another update. It'll be something that defines how this entire situation is remembered. Now the big question is what that turning point will actually look like. Will it be a full documentary announcement, a sudden release, or something nobody sees coming? That uncertainty is exactly what's keeping the tension so high right now. If 50 Cent does move forward with a documentary, it could instantly change the entire conversation. That kind of release doesn't just stay online, it reaches wider audiences, brings in new perspectives, and can... As things keep unfolding, the focus is starting to shift toward timing more than anything else. When will the next move happen, and who's going to make it first? That question is keeping people locked in, watching closely for any sign of what's coming next. For 50 Cent, timing has always been part of the strategy.
He doesn't rush. He waits for the moment when attention is at its peak, then steps in and takes over the conversation instantly. That's exactly why every small hint or post is getting picked apart right now, because people feel like it's building towards something bigger. For T.I., the approach has been the opposite. He's staying visible, speaking directly, dropping music, and keeping his side active in real time. That contrast between constant presence and calculated silence is what's making this situation feel so intense. And then there's JayZ, who hasn't said a word. That silence keeps adding pressure without him needing to do anything at all. Some see it as control, others see it as strategy. But either way, it keeps his name right in the middle of everything. With all three moving so differently, the situation feels like it's heading toward a moment where everything collides. And when that moment finally hits, it won't just be another update. It'll be something that defines how this entire situation is remembered.
Yeah. I expect this. This ain't nothing you hide.
But tell you person.
No, tell the world.
Tell the world.
But make sure you tell me. You need to tell the world, but you need to make sure you tell me, because I'm going to tell the world.
So he don't tell nobody else, just tell you and you gonna handle the rest.
100%.
Okay.
I'm putting them down. What's better than 1 billionaire?
It's 2.
See what I'm saying? What's bigger than 2? A few. That's what I'm saying.
Now the big question is what that turning point will actually look like. Will it be a full documentary announcement, a sudden release, or something nobody sees coming? That uncertainty is exactly what's keeping the tension so high right now. If 50 Cent does move forward with a documentary, it could instantly change the entire conversation. That kind of release doesn't just stay online. It reaches wider audiences, brings in new perspectives, and can reshape how people look at everything that's already happened. That's why even the idea of it is creating so much pressure. At the same time, T.I. still has his platform and his voice. He's been consistent, speaking out and standing firm, but a situation like this goes beyond direct responses. It becomes about perception, and once that shifts, it's hard to control. And JayZ's silence continues to stand out more with each passing moment. No reactions, no statements, just distance. That approach keeps people guessing and adds even more mystery to everything surrounding his name. Right now, everything feels like it's building toward one defining move. Whether it's calculated, unexpected, or perfectly timed, the next step is likely to carry serious weight. And when it happens, it won't just add to the story, it could completely change how this entire situation is seen. At this stage, it's no longer about if something big will happen, it's about when. The energy around this situation feels like it's reaching a breaking point where one move could shift everything instantly. All the pieces are already in place. You've got tension, history, public attention, and multiple major names connected to the same conversation. That kind of setup doesn't just fade away, it builds until something forces a clear turning point. For 50 Cent, the pressure comes with expectation. People are now waiting to see if he delivers on the documentary talk, because anything less could shift how his moves are viewed. But if he does follow through, it could take things to a completely different level overnight. For T.I., the challenge is different. Staying vocal and visible has kept him in control to a degree, but the situation keeps expanding beyond direct responses. That makes every move more important because the spotlight is only getting bigger. And with JayZ still silent, that mystery continues to grow with each passing moment. No reactions, no statements, just distance. That silence alone is keeping him right at the center of the conversation without him needing to step in. Right now, everything feels like it's on edge. And when that next move finally comes, it won't just continue the story, it could define it completely. Now it's reached the point where anticipation is driving everything. People aren't just reacting anymore, they're watching closely, waiting for that one move that changes the entire direction of the story. The longer things stay unresolved, the more intense it feels. Every post, every rumor, every quiet moment adds to the pressure, making it clear that this situation isn't fading out, it's building towards something bigger. For 50 Cent, this is a familiar position. He's turned moments like this into major cultural events before, and that's why expectations are so high right now. If he makes a move, it's expected to be strategic, calculated, and impossible to ignore. T.I., meanwhile, is still holding his ground. He's continuing to speak, promote, and stay present, but the spotlight around him keeps growing in ways that go beyond music. That kind of attention can shift fast depending on what happens next, and JayZ's silence still stands as one of the most powerful elements in all of this. No response, no reaction, just space. And somehow, that silence keeps pulling even more focus as people try to read into what it means.
At this point, everything feels like it's building toward a moment that could land at any time. And when it does, it won't just add another chapter, it could completely redefine how this entire situation is viewed moving forward. There have been online rumors about a possible documentary focused on accusations involving T.I. and Tiny. Some of these claims have been discussed by commentator Tasha K, who said she heard information from alleged sources connected to 50's team, but none of this has been officially confirmed, and it all remains speculation at this point. The same goes for the idea of a JayZ documentary. Right now, it seems to be a mix of social media trolling and long-standing rivalry energy rather than anything officially announced. Still, with 50 Cent's history of turning controversy into major media moments, people are paying very close attention to every move. What this situation really shows is how much rap beef has changed. It's no longer just about diss tracks, it's about documentaries, streaming platforms, and viral moments shaping the narrative in real time. That shift makes everything feel bigger, more calculated, and way less predictable than before. Right now, all eyes are on 50 Cent. People are watching to see if he actually follows through with another major project, or if this is all part of building pressure and controlling the moment. Either way, the story isn't over. It's still unfolding, and the next move could change everything.